Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to NBA 2K20. This is episode number 4 of our MyLeague expansion Let's Play. I think one of the reasons why I was able to get so many high potential players who were okay at the time, the reason why teams weren't hanging on to them is a lot of them had expiring contracts that knew they were looking to test free agency. And we ended up with a slew of guys that were not going to be able to get back in the future as much as I want to hang on to them. So I've already traded a few of those away. And what we're down to now is we've got Melton, Podol. For whatever reason, they're ineligible. I don't understand how or why that is, but I can't even re-sign them. Which means I definitely want to trade them and get something out of them, whether it be a draft pick or other players with non-expiring contracts. But whatever it may be, letting them just walk is not good for me. Porter and Beasley want to test free agency. They're both good players. They're both young players. They're both high potential players. They're both players expected around 14, 15 million. I would love to re-sign them. And with Bird years, I stand a chance, at least, of re-signing those two players. And I think they're very much part of our core. So I'd like to hang on to Beasley and Porter. So I'm willing to wait and see what happens with them. Bogdanovich is another one that maybe not. I mean, he's only expected to make $13 million. So I've got a chance of re-signing him at 27. It's doable. So I'll probably try to keep Bogdanovich as well. Conley, 32, already dropped to our second point guard, making a lot of money right now compared to others. If I can, I'd like to move him on, but he's got a broken toe. He's out for another week or two, so I'm going to wait on him. But short term, Podol and Melton are going to be the next couple guys to go. Plus, we have one existing player with no future who will probably package with like Conley later. So going into the trade finder, let's see what happens when we put up Podol and Melton. Wow, almost every team has some sort of offer for us. I like that. But let's see what comes out of these. And we definitely want to go young. Multiple years. Osman fits that bill. I love Jordan Bell. I'm a big fan of Jordan Bell. That is not a bad trade-off right there. The Jordan Bell thing, I didn't get to go see him in person, but as an alumni of the University of Oregon, watching him play in college, such an exciting, athletic, hustle player. And I love that he's growing into his role. He was first drafted by the Warriors, and he was a perfect fit there. But they had so much quality in their starting lineup that it was hard to get minutes for anybody else. Cantor would be awesome, but I'm not taking two guys with expiring contracts. That's not good for me. Oh, hello. Yogi Ferrell was one of the picks that I almost went for in the expansion draft. They're still ready to offload him. And Bielka, 80 overall, 2-year deal, but he's already 31. Oh, here's Cody Zeller again. And JJ Redick. They want second-round pick from 2022 to even that out. Redick's 35, though. The salary on both is pretty high. It's tempting. That's a way to get better, but that's not the way I really want to go about getting better. What do they have other than trade value? So I have to use that trade value. Otherwise, I'm literally getting nothing from these guys other than what is already a throwaway year. Now, Boucher, again, might be a throwaway, but a first-round pick, even if it's a couple of years down the road, that's a first-round pick. That's building for the future. Okay, so we have 2 weeks. I don't know if I want to get into that. Well, okay, if that didn't come together, then I've got to repackage this maybe with Conley. Split these guys up. Do Melton. No dice at the moment. Let's get back into the league. So we'll take what we have. No Mike Conley as he's out injured. This could be a bit of a struggle as we play what would be our 4th game of the season. But maybe I want to wait until we are home. So let's go for the February matchup for that one. This will push us through the All-Star break. Scouting is definitely coming along. We are going to have a pretty high draft pick. So there are some real options out there. And I think our scout around the 10th pick, I think we're going to be even higher than that. So we're going to switch this and push this up to about the 5th pick now. There we go. So James is captain. No surprise there. He takes Durant, Embiid, Bradley Beal, and Irving. Reserves are Westbrook, DeRozan, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jokic, Zach LaVine, first-time All-Star, John Wall, and Adebayo. For Giannis's team, he's got Curry, Doncic, Davis, and Kawhi Leonard, Harden, Lillard, Butler, Walker, Siakam. Good choice there. Gobert, and Middleton. Couple surprises in the mix, but 4 first-timers. 2 of them don't surprise me. Post All-Star break, this is how the playoff picture is stacking up. So the Lakers, 40 wins already, on the verge of guaranteeing a 500 season, though they should be well above that. Clippers, right on their heels, just a half game back, but then big drop to a healthy Golden State Warriors, Blazers, and Mavericks within a game of each other. And then the Thunder and Grizzlies just a little further back, with the Nuggets now holding the last playoff position. Kings are level, but they have 2 additional games yet to play. Suns just 1 game back. The Rockets, after a really slow start to the season, have improved significantly. Spurs struggling a bit through the middle part of the season. The Wolves have improved, and we are now down to equal on worst record in the West at 21 and 33, 18 games behind. 6.5 out of the playoffs with 28 left to play. Eastern Conference, it's the Nets on top of the Raptors, 76ers, Heat, Bucks, Celtics, and then a big drop to the Wizards and Cavs in 8th. Wow. Okay, Bulls are a half game out. Hawks a few games further back, and then a big drop to the Pacers and the Hornets, the Pelicans, Magic, Pistons, and Knicks. So Pelicans over in the Eastern Conference. Those records are atrocious. No wonder we have, if we look at the league standings, I'm 9 and 16 at home, 12 and 17 on the road, so I've actually been better on the road than I am at home. But 21 and 33 overall, but 10 and 25 in the conference. I am 11 and 8 against the Eastern Conference. So we're above 500 against Eastern Conference opponents, but we are just getting blown away in the Western Conference this year, which makes perfect sense to me, considering how unbalanced the leagues are, and we're stepping into the most difficult place to play. Current lottery odds: Knicks, Pistons, Magic, very much on top. Pelicans, Hornets, Pacers. It's all Eastern Conference. And then the Jazz and I in that current 7-8 slot. but I continue to get a little bit worse as this season goes on, as we offloaded some players. So we could be moving up into that 5 range before long, maybe 4 range. So I think we're going to have a pretty good pick on our hands. Plus, we're going to pick up the Chicago Bulls pick. Let's hope they make the playoffs, because it is lottery protected for this year. So it would apply to next season. I could really use that pick this year.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they won their last contest, that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. A 3-point win in that one. Always nice to come out on top in a close game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jamari Carroll is out there with Hood, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. To the inside. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovic.
Lillard, bounce pass.
All right, so as we get started on this one, a couple things. One, I have tweaked the audio, picking up the game audio a bit, so hopefully that pays off for us. Oh,
18 feet out.
wow, that was just awkward. That was me hitting the wrong button and then hitting the right button and then hitting the wrong button again and messing that play up. So I have, in between our last game and this game, I have... Ooh, hello. Gosh, we are so overmatched here. I have... What was I trying to say? I ran a scrimmage against my own team and won comfortably. I could beat my players, so it's not just that I'm bad at this game. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of work to do here, but I am capable of winning a game. It's a big part of it is every single positional matchup, starting 5 at least, here with the Blazers. They are better in every single position than I am, and that is absolutely a factor. Now, the good thing for me is the Blazers are not the best at defense. Hopefully that'll give me a few opportunities to score some points. My problem is I steal Bogdanovic. My problem is going to be defending a team that is defending against a team that's got good offense.
For your teammate, when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Lillard from outside. Porter pulls it in. Outside Conley, and he gets it to go from the corner.
8-4. We lead early, 57% from the field. Blazers defense a little bit slack here, has given me a couple chances, couple opportunities to get an open look. Something I couldn't get. Uh-oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have left Lillard open.
Says you got to chase him off the three-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Oh, Carroll, good job stepping in front there. I had him sealed out, and then all of a sudden he stepped right in front as the pass came in. And I threw it right to him.
That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Porter. And contact
nice.
on the shot, so he'll be shooting free.
Use that traffic to find a little bit of space.
And every year, Porter seems to get better. His three-point shot continues to evolve, and he's embraced taking on more responsibility.
There he starts. By the way, I had to look at my staff. My staff is very much expansion team-esque. They are bottom of the barrel guys that we could definitely improve upon.
And he makes the first. Beasley with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And being 6'8", dunking, not an issue for Porter. All he needs is good position, and he's good to go.
Got that one.
Trail by 3.
And we lead, 12-9. Oh.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the time.
There's that defending of Lillard that helps me out a little bit as Rozier just bursts by. Just turn on the pace a little bit. Turn that into a fast break. We get back-to-back dunks.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. Step back shot.
Anthony with a long, wild two-pointer.
He should have drank.
On its way from Beasley for
Wide open.
and some very quick points.
Was looking for the 3, but I overstepped it a little bit. End up with a long 2.
Wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Whiteside. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Lopez finds Rivers.
Okay, so I'm working on this. Let's take out that threat, that 95 player.
It's good.
So see if I can defend him a bit.
Head up to find the open man.
Oh,
52 seconds.
Robin Lopez, when he was with the Blazers, favorite player. Yes, I like Lillard. Yes.
Pass to Beasley.
Anthony defended well. Oh, that's more on me. Bad shot selection on that one.
That shot off the mark.
Just bodied up as he tried to go up.
Beasley against Anthony. And he's fouled
There you go.
hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the point.
Again, Anthony defending. That's your guy to go after.
The offense getting right.
Every time.
At least they saved the layup.
I'm actually going to be kind of sad if I do manage to win this game, as Portland's my team. It's my hometown. I'd be sad if I finally get a win by beating the Blazers, but this year is not the team that they've been in the past. They let defenders who didn't provide enough offensive support go,
Good from Beasley.
and ended up with a team that has no defense, which is why I'm scoring at will right now. Lopez helps with that. But anyway, Robin Lopez was my favorite player in his time as a Blazer. And it was really sad to see him go. And there was a point there where Brook Lopez looked like he might be available. And really hoping that they would get Robin and Brooks together.
Separating the shot clock and game clock.
Probably the last shot here for Lillard.
Lillard against Holiday. Now, here's Lillard. Defense right on him. 5 to shoot. Can't connect from long distance.
Oh, Whiteside. Excellent play from him.
And where shots are coming from, and Whiteside positioned himself well for that.
Oh,
The basket's coming early and often in the first.
almost.
The home team
All right.
leading
I just led that first quarter, and it's a 5-point lead.
just after this short break.
In the right mindset to carry it out.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Terry Rozier. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Lopez. Damari Carroll comes in for Hassan Whiteside. Woods checked in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Nurkic has gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together.
So after 3 blocks in a row, we finally get the ball and head down for a fast break at the other end.
These shots knock them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Chance for a 2-for-1 here at the end of the...
Got a piece
Oh, McCollum. Lillard knocked it to McCollum there on the way through. Otherwise, I had a layup.
The shot's good.
And the 2-for-1 basically ends up going Blazers' way. But we're going to hold for pretty much last shot.
Right there in transition.
Conley against Lillard. Now here is Conley. He's tightly guarded to end the run. Shooting foul.
Alright, well, we'll go to the line. Blazers have enough time, though.
That's on Brook Lopez.
Fourth selection back in the 07 draft, Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Mike Conley.
Can we hold it to a 1-point deficit at half? We'll see. Lillard's definitely the kind of player who can, oh gosh,
From deep three-point range and the
who can nail that. He's got the most range in the league.
what's been a very close game here.
Alright, 29-28, just a 1-point deficit. That's a big step in the right direction for me, but let's see if we can do something with that here in the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. In the second quarter, they erased what had been a fairly big deficit at one point, and now here they are sitting on a 1-point halftime lead. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get
Taken away by Johnson. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the
Blazers start the quarter with the ball, but we very quickly erase the deficit with a stop on the first possession, and then we score. But now we're starting to trade baskets, but I'll take it. It's a better start than I've had. I've usually been really slow at the start of every.
Here's Johnson. Misses off the right iron. Portland leading. Outside Hood. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Lillard. Launches a three. Gets it to go.
Oh.
Lillard's got 6.
Well,
Toilet bowled that one right on in.
Back to his college days, Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
The kick out to Porter. Over Hood.
Not sure how that happened, but okay. I didn't hold the pass button. I never touched the pass button. Got the block there. Conley running. Steps to the side around Lillard. Short jumper. 34-32. Go ahead and do the work here in the third quarter. Probably see you back in the fourth, though I wouldn't rule out. That's in. Nice shot. I can't leave Lillard.
If you go to Lehigh,
I've done that a couple times.
Smart plays. McCollum good at sensing the cut was wide open.
Getting the fourth quarter underway with a huge deficit, down by 14 now after being so competitive through the first two quarters of the game. Got our man underneath, but could not get the ball to him. That probably should have been a floater.
Fires high post. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game.
In that third quarter, it was much less about how I play and far more about the talent differential between the two teams. I got good looks multiple times, many times. I did not take bad shots for the most part, and only a few shots fell. In fact, the majority of the shots we made were...
Maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those
Oh, lucky he missed that one. Oh, come on. Where is the rebounding?
It's almost
The only couple shots we even made in that third quarter were dunks. Good shots. Open shots. Timed right, not, perfect grade. You can't miss with if you get the 100%, but, that 98, 99%, and just not falling. Meanwhile, Portland could not miss unless I blocked him. Everything they put up, no matter how much pressure they were, no matter where they were on the court, no matter whether it was 8 feet behind the three-point line, it all went in.
big hands, long arms.
McCollum was, I think, 100% from the field there in the third quarter. They just kept feeding him the ball, and it just kept going in. And so the deficit grew and grew in that third quarter, even though I didn't actually play poorly. The first few games we went through, I played very poorly at times. I'm definitely getting more consistent, but that quarter just did not go well for me. Oh gosh, he's still in the corner. Glad that didn't turn into a fast break. Oh, McCollum, nice speed. He just drove past me there.
Johnson outside. Over in the corner, Conley. It's good with the assist that time.
Got it. Back-to-back threes, and it's an 8-point game. It's not over yet.
Scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
Now, here's Lillard. Fouled on the shot.
Oh.
2 points, so 1 free throw.
Beautiful play from Lillard there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. You gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coach.
Yeah, there's no fighting through that one. That's a moving screen all day long, though.
In that situation.
He ran right through me.
And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Use of Nurkic.
And then he shoves the ref out of the way. Leads back to 10. About to be 11. 4 minutes to play. Push forward a little bit, see if we can close this gap or if it's going to end up holding roughly where it is now.
Gets the maximum attention from defenses. They're schemed to slow him down. That's what's so impressive about the numbers that he's put up throughout his career.
Oh, McCollum not very good at defense, but he definitely creates a fair few steals.
Careless play to turn it over and then slow getting back on defense.
Pass to Beasley.
It's not who I was trying to pass to. It was Podol I was trying to get the ball to. We do in the end, but then I end up settling for that time what is a bad contested shot.
It's McCollum with the drive. Mike Conley grabs the miss.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Tries from 10. Rebound by the
Total easy offensive rebound there, and he can't grab it.
And the wing jumper offline.
Lillard missed.
Told me this was the kind of game he was going to have. I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Outside Conley from past the arc. Some solid defense from Lillard.
Just a solid.
He didn't even contest the shot, and yet
Rebounding has been
forced the miss somehow.
Smash from Hood.
down low.
The free throw drops for Pirtle.
So third quarter, the difference in this one as we go into the final 8 seconds. It looks like we're going to lose by either 13 or 14 points, depending on whether I make this free throw or not. Oh, way short, way short.
Second free throw, no good.
And Pearl is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get.
So that does it, 67-53. The deficit in that third quarter, I think, was about 14 or 15 points. So I was level for 3 of 4 quarters, which is definitely progress. And again, that third quarter, just McCollum made every shot he put up, no matter how much pressure he was under. Only a couple of those were easier buckets. The rest were all under pressure. Anthony had a 3 in that third. Lillard didn't do anything until about the fourth quarter, and even then it wasn't much as we were able to counter it with scores ourselves. Lillard overall did not have a very good day. I defended him pretty well for most, but it was McCollum who really turned it on in the third quarter, and we just could not make a shot in the third quarter, no matter how good the look was. That's going to do it for this episode. The losses continue to mount, but again, it's our first season expansion team, bottom of the barrel. Again, we were able to trade away some of our better pieces for some long-term progress. It's a rebuild project. We would have had more wins had I hung on to those guys that we had at the beginning of the season, but then we would have lost 90% of the players in the offseason, and then where would we be next year? And where would we have been this season? If anything, we make 8th place in the playoffs. It's championship or rebuild. Really, you're constantly rebuilding to get to the championship, not just make the playoffs once. So that rebuild project has been going on throughout the season. Trade deadline behind us now, so most of it's going to now have to wait until next season. So we're going to push pretty quickly through the remainder of this season. Hopefully we can take some losses so we can bump ourselves up that lottery pick a little bit higher. Even if we don't, we at least scoot up the draft order, even if we don't get one of those top 4 picks. All for next season and beyond at this point. Conley had a good day with 13 points. Porter had 12. Beasley had 9. Shooting wise, we did much, much better. I mean, I made a couple threes. I was roughly 50% from the field. Johnson was 1 for 4, but otherwise, pretty balanced day. Just couldn't get through that third quarter. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.